That's my first trip in and out of town done. I filled my bus up in Piccadilly straight away, full of students. I've got to go back in and out of town now twice, and then I can have my break. It's session day today, 6 by 5 minutes alternating pace. So 5 minutes slower than 5k pace, then 2 minute recovery, 5 minutes faster than 5k pace, 2 minute recovery, and bridging that gap between the 5k pace. Anyway, I've got to leave it soon, so I'm gonna get the bus ready, start picking people up. It's been a crash, so the road's closed, so it's divert time. Now it's back home to do a session, a big session I need to hit. Just wrapping up my warm-up, then I've got this session. The last time I did this session, when I was of a similar fitness to I am now, I had a horrid day. But there's the warm-up done. I was looking back on the splits to see what I was hitting back then. I'll put the splits up. I even ended up canning the 6 rep. I must have felt crap that day. I must have felt crap about doing that to the workout that day, because I hate ending workouts or not hitting paces or anything like that. And to actually just bin off a complete 5 minute rep, and I was actually quite fit then as well. It just goes to show you have some bad days. I've got 6 5 minute blocks now, and I won't be making the same mistake as what I made last time. Anyway, no time like the present. This 5th lap's nearly over. There we go. Whew. That lap average, the full 5 minutes, 3:57 per kilometre. So 1 more rep to go, and I've done it. God, this has been haunting me a bit in work all day, well, all morning. Got to go back to it later. Ready to go into the last rep. Not hit it too hard because I don't want to pull something, but this has been really good. Oh, this has gone great. The last kilometre in the last 5 minute rep was 3:45, and I've got 35 seconds left to run. Finished. That was a heavy workout. That was 40 minutes, 9.69 kilometres long, average pace 408 kilometre, and I had 8 minutes of recoveries in that. That was so good. What a difference me losing some weight and consistently training and putting it in makes, because I don't think I could have done that at 15 stone. Well, I could have, but it would have took a lot out of me and I would have been aching a lot. But just like going into that 6 5 minute rep, I just thought I could do another. I could literally do a 2 minute recovery and do another. Anyway, get my cool down done and I'll debrief in the car. That workout went like a dream. That was honestly one of the best workouts I've done for a long time. And not just like the quickest or anything like that, but feeling wise, I felt so good. Running them reps, granted they're only 5 minute reps, right? So 2 minute recoveries, there's plenty of time to recover in a 5 minute rep, after a 5 minute rep, you know? But running 4 minute kilometre pace to 3:57 kilometre pace, there was definitely a sweet spot there that felt, I wouldn't say like easy, but it was definitely more comfortable. Running harder reps was hard, but I didn't overcook any rep where I paid for it in the recovery. I didn't overcook any recovery and go too quick on the recoveries where I paid for it in the rep. Everything balanced out like really good on that workout. I'll put the splits up for the run, and the effort pace on every single one, I don't read too much into effort pace, but it's nice to look at. The effort pace on every single one was quicker than the actual pace. I put some good work in then. Now it's just a case of getting back to work and getting my shift done. But when I'm coming home from work like now, and I've got to go back to work, and I know there's only 2 and a bit hours before I've got to be back, you know, it's like an extended dinner break, these split shifts. They're not really that long. So to get this done, boxed off, feels so good doing it. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm happy. So that's good. Now get back and finish the rest of this shift off, but all good signs, all good signs. I'm going to get my run done early today for the sole reason when I finish work and I'm back for about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I want the afternoon to myself. I don't want to run at that crappy time. That's 5 kilometres down, 3 to go. I think that was around 25-40. Come to realise that running in the dark I actually like. It's pavement dodging traffic that's a nightmare, and there's no one around. It's so much better. A nice early morning run done. 5 miles, 8.05 kilometres, or 8.06. 5 minute 8 kilometre pace. 5 minute kilometre pace has never felt so easy in such a long while. I'm not saying that's easy for me, like really easy or anything like that, but I'm saying it's good, you know, when you used to be shitting out a lung and you couldn't move more than 500 metres at that pace, and then you can more or less click off a whole run at that pace, and all you think is, maybe I've gone a bit quick. Do you know what I mean? I like it. Progress, man. I said they sent me my B-Network uniform. It's absolutely massive. They sent me a size 44-inch waist pants. I never, ever asked for 44-inch pants. And 2XL t-shirts, which absolutely bury me, which probably only would have fitted me at my very, very heaviest. No way I'm a 44-inch waist. There's no way I put down I was a 44-inch waist. Someone's made an error there. 2XL, and maybe I could have put a couple of 2XLs, but not like 8, 9 tops at 2XL. So I asked them what the protocol is now, because I had to bring the full box back, and they were like, I don't know, you know, you won't get it delivered on time for January. We'll just have to see if we've got any spares. I'd like to know who decides how close the bus stops are together. Serious question. I think someone said it was the traffic commissioners or something. They're too close. They're too close, and if they're that close, people are going to use them because they're there, obviously. But you've got, some of them are within 50 metres of each other. So you pull in, people get off, and then you set off again, and the bell goes, and you pull back in 50 metres down the road. Which, look, I know people will just think you're just pulling in and pulling out, but then the traffic comes down your right hand side, and the cyclists and everything, and you literally get trapped there, and it wastes a lot of time. Here's my bus now anyway, buzzing. I hope it's my bus. Apart from me moaning about the bus stops being so close together, because fucking hell, it's pretty quiet, because most of the students are gone home. We've gone back home for Christmas. The running board times get changed next week, I believe, or this week. So on the 15th, so next week. So the running times will get smaller as of next week, because we won't be as busy, if you get what I mean. I'm done with work. I'm done with seeing loads of faces that I don't know. I'm gonna go home and see the faces that matter now. What a good run this has been. Only an easy run, just well, call it steady if you want. Doing a lot of steady runs lately. I'm gonna wrap this up now. 8.05, just for the 5 miles. Done. So my splits for that run was 5 minute 3 kilometre pace average, which you probably, I don't know, looking at me 5k where it is now around about 19 minutes, you wouldn't say that should be an easy pace, but it kind of does feel where I need it to be at the minute. So that's where I'm going to keep these easy runs, between that pace and probably 5:15. And as you can see, firmly in zone 2, which when I was doing my running at a much easier pace, I was running at like 5:30, 5:40 kilometre. I was more or less running in zone 1 a lot. So like I said on the other videos, trying to find that stimulus, get that stimulus to just increase the anaerobic and aerobic capacity and everything that's going to make me faster. Along with doing the sessions, it's pointless without doing speed work. Just been to get some goodies, some chicken, some dinner. You know, for like quick snacks, you know, if you can't be bothered cooking or whatever that. These chicken pastas, Hunter's Barbecue ones from Iceland, the My Protein dinners, they're so good. And I've also got cooked chicken, some sausages, some nice food in there. This has become like an extra hobby on top of me running, which is a hobby, the videoing. I try to be as less clickbaity as possible with my videos, but also I want my videos to do well, you know. Aside from the running, which obviously I prioritise me running more, I don't want the content to be at a cost of me running, so I'll always put that thought first. So if you won't see me on a race talking into the camera, like really chatting away, because that'll just cost me in the race. I don't want to train for something and then the content that I make from it and the whatever views it gets, that's sacrificed the result, so you won't see that. So me running always comes first, but I literally fell in love just with the editing videos. I can sit there for ages doing it. I'll get an idea and then I'll have to put it into practice, or I'll have to write it down straight away, otherwise I might forget it, and then the next day I'll come to do the video and I'll think, what was that idea I had? And then it's gone. So I write them down. My channel, I think now, has got 3,700 subscribers or just under. But aside from the subscriber point of view and things like that, and you know, obviously everyone wants loads of subscribers and that'd be really great, but April watches my videos. April's my little girl. She's non-verbal autism, really bad communication, social communication issues. She doesn't talk or anything. She's never spoke a word. She sits there, she watches my videos, she rewinds them, she watches all the new ones, she rewatches them. She probably gives me the most views. That's one of the main things, aside from the other stuff, that I like doing it for, because I know she watches all the videos. Saturday morning, I've missed park run. April's come to say good morning to me. 5k pace, then 2-minute recovery, 5 minutes faster than 5k pace, 2-minute recovery. I'm bridging that gap between. She's watching the video that I've not put out yet, that I've edited on my phone, and she keeps rewinding it. Don't you? Keep going. The full 5 minutes, 3:57. So. Which she finds amusing, so I'm happy. She's took my phone because it's not on YouTube yet, obviously. She wants to watch it. So she can't watch it on her iPad, she can only watch it on her phone. 5-minute rep, after a 5-minute rep, you know. But I think that's top. I honestly love it. Today's the day I'm doing my hard 5k. Saturday the 14th of December, and you know, 5 weeks ago I did it on this same course where I ran 19:06, and it was like bittersweet because obviously I didn't get sub 19. Since then I think my endurance has got better, because just going off the session what I did midweek, where I was able to hit 5k pace 9, almost 10 kilometers into, you know, a session, my endurance has definitely gotten better. My speed, I'm not so sure. The speed is what makes the 5k, the endurance obviously, but they both have to add up to equals the same thing. So we'll see how this goes. If I get sub 19 I'll be really happy. If I get anywhere, it's a good hard run really. Obviously I want sub 19, but a good hard run in the grand scheme of things, you know, it is what it is. I hate this pre-effort thing where you're just thinking about all the possibilities and what would happen, what you want people to think you want to think. You know what I mean? Obviously if I don't get sub 19 I'll be gutted, but I want sub 19. We'll see how it goes anyway. I'll see how it goes. I've done it. Can't believe I did it. I can believe it because I put in some graft to do that, but the anxiety that I had before doing it. I was sat in the living room for an hour with my running gear on. I was freezing as well, so I had a blanket on me and I was just thinking, I've got to go and do this. I got up the Aintree 5k ready to, there were still places to sign up for it tomorrow, and I thought I can still sign up for it tomorrow and put it off another day, but I looked at the start times and the 5k runners got released after the 10k runners, after the half marathoners, so you're going to meet the back of everyone. So I didn't fancy doing any weaving or potentially driving up to Liverpool and having a bad day. I'll put the time up for the run, I'll put the splits up for the run. I think I evenly paced that to the best of my ability, and based off what I did when I ran this same route and I ran 19:06, there's a massive difference in pacing. I was sub 19-minute pace the whole way. I mean, the last 2 kilometres I think were like 3:47s, but there's a lot of elevation on this route. And I sat on this same curb after doing my time trial when I got 20:47 or something like that. I've just finished that 5k time trial and it was the most ruthless, horrible thing. My brain hasn't recognised something like that in ages. 3 months ago, and I was saying I need to get into I need to break 20 minutes, and then, you know, what a journey. And I'm just going to keep pushing now. My official 5k PB off a race is 18:17. I'm maybe about 30 seconds off that, which is a good feeling, to know you're 30 seconds off the best you've ever been. Yes. And it'll only get better. I'll just keep trying to improve and improve and improve and improve. It feels so good. Cool down finished. I cannot believe I just ran an 18-minute 5k. I'm in the 18s again on the 5ks, which is fucking great. Worked so hard to get to this place. From all the way being back 17 stone in August to just grinding and what's felt like, honestly, starving myself at points to drive my weight down, control the cravings. You know what it's like. If you do running and you get a good time and you get a good race. I've had a good session this week, a really good session, which was honestly one of the best feeling sessions that, like I said, that I've had. And that was one of the best 5Ks I've probably ever run. One of the best I've paced. The pacing was 2 seconds off the whole time. I think the kilometre splits were 3:44, 3:44, 3:46, 3:46 and or 3:47 and 3:46. They were close, but they were within a few seconds of each other. That, so happy with that. Telling you. It's good to do, it's good to see. That was a good run. Pleased with that one. Of course I'm pleased with that one. 18:48. I held back from pressing stop at the end of the 5k because the way I had my watch set up, it was like a pacer, like Garmin can use it and Coros has one as well. You select the distance, the time you want to run the distance in, and it will give you a countdown of how long you've got left to run and what, you know, your current pace or whatever you have on your screen. So I wasn't sure whether it was going to end automatically at 5k like it does with my sessions, or whether I was going to have to manually stop it. So I didn't want it to end automatically, then me press stop and it restarts it, if you get what I mean. So I left it and then ended it, but the 5k ended at 18:48. So happy. That's my fastest 5k in quite a while, and on the other side of that, one of my best paced 5k runs. And now I've got a shiny new 5k pace, which is 3 minutes 46 seconds per kilometre. I'll take that. I'll take that and I'll raise that and I'll go for a better one. So, good stuff. Long run finished. Well, in a second. Whew. That was 17.2 kilometres. And I think I did that pretty good. It was 70 metres of elevation gain in that. Yesterday in the 5k, I'm sure it was about 44, or something like that, just in that 5k. I mean, it's not massively hilly around here, but it's enough to kick my ass. And that 5k yesterday definitely kicked my ass, but it felt good. I honestly feel like I was out of breath at the end of it, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't as knackered as I usually am. And I think that's down to my endurance improving over the last 4 weeks, and a couple of changes that I've just guessed to make looking back on my past training. Like when I said I'm trying to find that stimulus sort of thing to push my anaerobic capacity, I sort of moved out of that slower running on my easy days, which I've always thought was about zone 1, and pushed it up a bit to 5 minute kilometre pace, which I think has helped a lot in the past 4 weeks, because I don't think zone 1, even low zone 2 running, if there's such a thing as low zone 2 running where you're just breaking into zone 2, it doesn't do much for me at my fitness. It just scratches at it, it doesn't really bust through it. And I think like the upping the pace on my easy days. So just then I ran the first 10k at 5 minute kilometre pace, so round about that stimulus pace what I was talking about, where it doesn't feel hard at all, but it doesn't feel really easy either. And then the last 7.2k I just gradually got a bit quicker, and I was able to get my heart rate up to around about like a threshold kind of effort without putting in threshold pace, if you get what I mean. It was getting into the high 150s, getting into the 160s, and I was running at about 4 minute 40 kilometre pace, 4:39 or something like that, only because obviously if I set off I can run much quicker and my heart rate wouldn't be that high, but I'm on my feet for like 1 hour plus, so it makes a big difference to just get to that pace and then just push it a little bit, and then you sort of get, I think, the benefit of that threshold effort without actually putting in the threshold effort, if you get what I mean by running at that pace. That's my long run done, and I am now at 70k for the week, which is the same as last week, and I think the same as the week before. This was a hard 5k week as well. You know, I did that big session on Wednesday, which was more or less 10 kilometers long. Load of work in it, load of effort. I had 2 days to recover. Then the Saturday I'm doing my 5k, my hard 5k, so it was arguable that I could have got a little bit better on the 5k if I would have rested a bit more, but I get my better results this way anyway. Appreciate everyone's time if you've watched it this far. See you next week's.